Erysichthon and his daughter. Some, my brave Theseus, have been changed the once and keep their changeling shape. Some have the gift to change and change again in many forms, like Proteus, creature of the encircling seas, who sometimes seemed a lad, sometimes a lion, sometimes a snake men fear to touch, sometimes a charging boar, or else a sharp-horned bull. Often he was a stone, often a tree, or feigning flowing water seemed a river, or waters opposite a flame of fire. That gift of changing Erysichthon's daughter also possessed. Her father was a man who spurned the gods and never censed their shrines. His axe once violated Ceres' grove, his blade profaned her ancient holy trees. Among them stood a giant oak, matured in centuries of growing strength, itself a grove. Around it wreaths and garlands hung in votive tablets, proofs of prayers fulfilled. Often beneath its shade the dryads danced in festival, and often hand in hand their line circled its trunk, full 50 feet of giant girth. It towered as high above the woodland trees as they above the grass. Yet even so that wicked man refused to spare his blade, and bade his woodmen fell that sacred oak. And when he saw them slow to obey, he seized the axe himself, and cried, "Be this the tree the goddess loves, be this the goddess' very self, its leafy crown shall touch the ground today," and poised his axe to strike a slanting cut. The holy tree shuddered and groaned, and every leaf and acorn grew pale, and pallor spread on each long branch. And when his impious stroke wounded the trunk, blood issued, flowing from the severed bark, as when a mighty bull is sacrificed before the altar, and from his riven neck the life-blood pours. All stood aghast, but one was bold to thwart the crime, to stay the steel. Then Erysichthon glared at him. "Take this for pious thoughts," he cried, and turned the axe against the man, and struck the man's head off, and blow on blow attacked the oak again. Then deep from the tree's heart there came a voice. "I, Ceres' nymph, Ceres' most favorite nymph, dwell in this oak, and dying, prophesy that punishment is nigh for what you do, to comfort me in death." But he pursued his crime, till weakened by so many blows, hauled down by ropes, at last the giant oak crashed, and its weight laid low the trees around. Heartbroken by their loss, the groves lost too, her sister dryads, clad in mourning black, going to Ceres, prayed for punishment on Erysichthon. That most lovely goddess assented, and the teeming countryside, laden with harvest, trembled at her nod. A punishment she planned most piteous, were pity not made forfeit by his deed, hunger to rack and rend him. And because Ceres and hunger, so the fates decree, may never meet, she charged a mountain sprite, a rustic Oread, to take her message. "There is a place," she said, "a freezing place, at Scythia's farthest bounds, a land of gloom, sad barren soil, with never crop nor tree. This is the numb, wan home of cold and ague and starving hunger. Go, bid hunger sink deep in the belly of that impious wretch, and let no plenty ever vanquish her, nor strength of mind prevail against her dearth. Unless the distance daunt you, take my chariot and dragons here to drive across the sky." She gave the chariot. Riding through the air, the Oread reached Scythia. On a peak of granite men call Caucasus, she unyoked the dragons, and set out in search of hunger, and found her in a stubborn stony field, grubbing with nails and teeth the scanty weeds. Her hair was coarse, her face sallow, her eyes sunken, her lips crusted and white, her throat scaly with scurf. Her parchment skin revealed the bowels within. Beneath her hollow loins jutted her withered hips. Her sagging breasts seemed hardly fastened to her ribs, her stomach only a void, her joints wasted and huge, her knees like balls, her ankles grossly swollen. Eyeing her from a distance, fearing to go closer, the nymph gave her the goddess's orders, and hardly waiting, though some way away, though just arrived, she felt, or seemed to feel, hunger, and seized the reins, and soaring high, she drove the dragons back to Thessaly.